This is KGW News at noon.
Welcome to the News at Noon. I'm Drew Carney. The NBA has had to postpone a string of games around the league this week for COVID-related issues, and that list of postponements now includes the Blazers game that was supposed to happen tomorrow night at the Moda Center. The Brooklyn Nets were scheduled to visit the Blazers for that contest, but the NBA postponed the game today because the Nets don't have enough players. The league requires each team to have at least 8 players available. As of yesterday, though, 10 players on the Nets were listed as out because of the league's COVID health and safety protocols. This is actually the third Nets game in a row that's had to be postponed. Meanwhile, local hospitals are preparing to deal with a potential surge of COVID patients fueled by the Omicron variant. And as KGW's Galen Etlin reports, that means the job will not get any easier for local healthcare workers.
It's the message so many healthcare workers are sharing.
Our teams really are burnt out.
Nearly 2 years deep into this deadly pandemic.
It's been unrelenting. It's with them every day, and they're exhausted.
People in the medical field cannot take much more.
The difficulty of this current situation is that hospitals are full today.
Dave Northfield works with the Oregon Association of Hospitals and Health Systems, representing 62 community hospitals.
I would say to the folks who don't think that COVID may affect them, they may need to go to the hospital, and there may not be space for those people.
OHSU predicts an Omicron surge could lead to a peak of 3,000 hospitalizations statewide, compared to about 1,200 at the peak of Delta. Nationally, COVID hospitalizations are already going up, as seen by these states in orange.
Where do you see us right now?
We are still coming off the end of the Delta surge.
Renee Edwards is Chief Medical Officer at OHSU. She says although Oregon and Washington have seen COVID hospitalizations drop slightly in recent weeks, exponential Omicron spread could mean trouble.
The sheer numbers of folks who could become infected would have a real impact on the number of people we would be able to care for.
How do you feel about this challenge that we're facing?
It's hard because this is preventable.
Wendy Watson is Chief Operating Officer for Kaiser Permanente Northwest. She says the whole medical system is still having to delay surgeries and treatment for other conditions because of COVID, capacity, and low staffing.
Just this feeling that we can't deliver the care that we want to give to every single person, but we know if everybody got vaccinated, we could get out of this.
Oregon's hospitals ask people to stay masked, keep holiday gatherings small, and get boosted if eligible.
We know how to be safe. We know how to control the spread of this disease.
We have this window of opportunity to change it, but to do that will take everyone in the community working together to make that happen.
Again, that was Galen Etlin reporting. Now here's something that might help in the fight against COVID. The FDA authorized Pfizer's COVID antiviral pill. The FDA says the pill helps reduce the risk of hospitalization and death from COVID. Anyone 12 or older with a mild to moderate case of COVID can take the pill at home. Authorities expect supplies to be limited, though, and they also say it is not meant to be a vaccine replacement. Omicron has become the dominant COVID strain nationally, but that's not yet the case in Washington. Health officials in Washington say at least 400 cases of Omicron have been confirmed in the state, but that's still not enough to overtake the Delta variant. And students at the University of Washington will return to remote learning for the first week of the school year when we return from winter break. So the school says it wants to give students and staff time to check for COVID symptoms and also get tested if they need to after holiday gatherings. That week of remote learning will also give UW students more time to get booster shots. Now, the University of Washington isn't requiring booster shots, at least not yet, but it is recommending them. Local restaurant owners are voicing their COVID-related concerns right now. Many of those owners were hoping to get some federal relief from the federal government. But as Art Edwards explains, right now, those businesses are simply scrambling to stay open.
I think it's a situation of desperation for most business owners.
Wedgehead in Northeast Portland is a bar, restaurant, pinball arcade combination. The owner thought things were getting better, but then came the Omicron variant.
And the first things that always go are dining establishments, restaurants, bars. The first thing that everyone does when a new variant comes out is cut down on their exposure levels.
Dan and Louise Oyster Bar has been in Portland since 1907. Usually they depend on a strong holiday season, bolstered by SantaCon. The event returned this year, but the crowd was smaller. And overall, they've seen fewer diners over the last few weeks.
You can definitely tell that there's been a lot less people coming in to dine. I think people are a little more worried than they were.
Since March of 2020, the Oregon-based Independent Restaurant Coalition has been working to help restaurants get funds to help them remain open.
The kitchen is the heartbeat of the home. Your restaurant is the heartbeat of your community.
In May, the federal government made millions of dollars of relief money available to restaurants. More than 5,000 Oregon restaurants applied for funds. Fewer than half got money. Wedgehead is one of those that did not receive any help.
We're struggling in the sense that, you can't really weather any more bad months or dips.
Earlier this month, the coalition sent an open letter signed by thousands of restaurant owners to Congress asking for refunding of the Restaurant Relief Fund.
That letter, again, is begging and pleading for the attention that we need to save an industry that's not only important to Oregon, but is important across the country.
Wedgehead's owner signed the letter. He says relief funds would make a huge difference.
If we were to get that funding, I would give us a 9 out of 10 success rate for the future.
The hope was that lawmakers would act before their holiday break. Since that didn't happen, the hopes of many restaurants are now on hold until lawmakers return to work on January 3rd. Art Edwards, KGW News.
Really, one of our biggest headlines this afternoon continues to be that winter storm warning in the Cascades. Ron, can you tell us more about that?
Well, so far it's been kind of an ease into the expected storm because it's been warmer on the mountain than expected. Government Camp, for example, 37 degrees. It's right around 32 up at Timberline, and they haven't picked up that much new snow yet, just a few inches going back to last night. This is one of our 2 Timberline live cams, and you can see us live because we got people on snowboards and skis all over the place up there. But the warning continues into the overnight hours, and still at 6,000 feet, there's a good chance eventually a foot of snow will fall, with that snow picking up later today and coming down pretty good overnight tonight. I mentioned Government Camp, 36 degrees. So real quick, if you are traveling today, that's just wet, right? So that's good news. Even Santiam, just wet at 33 degrees, and Willamette Pass, just wet at 34. Those conditions likely getting bad in a hurry once we get into this evening. Here's the radar, pretty much just here on the west side. We've had these pockets of heavier rain. You can see Astoria has gotten hit with some heavier rain, but right now it's fairly gentle in Portland and Salem. Certainly this afternoon we'll see more steady rain at times than what we had this morning, and heavy rain pockets continue to be possible. So just kind of a dark, wet day, right? This is a Three Rivers Golf Course, so the one owned by the Elks Club up there in Kelso. So good afternoon to you folks in College County. Portland's at 45. I don't think the temp does much. We'll be in the mid-40s for the remainder of today. I have done some major rewriting, and I've also started to really pinpoint things for my snow forecast starting this weekend into next week. That's coming up.